Let me clear something up real quick. We hear MAGA talk. We hear it all the time. The recycled catchphrases and the bumper sticker slogans. We've heard it all before. We're not listening anymore because there's nothing new to hear from you. You may have confused us with the part of the left that's still trying to meet you halfway. The ones hoping for some mythical common ground. That's the old left. We're the dark left. We already know where you stand. You shout America first while dragging the country backwards. And you talk about freedom, but only when it benefits you or people who look like you. And you claim to support the working man, but not if he speaks Spanish or comes from another country. You vote for cheap groceries, but you want to deport the very people that make that possible. And you wrap yourself in the Constitution until it protects someone else's rights. You're not patriots. You're children playing dress up with flags made in China. You're afraid of facts, you're allergic to history, and you're completely blind to the long-term damage caused by the very policies that you support. So no, your talking points don't shake us, and your outrage doesn't move us. You're yelling into the void, and we're not even turning our heads. We are focused on ending your anti-American, anti-democratic, unconstitutional bullshit. And your reign of power is destructive, but it's going to be short. The clock's ticking, MAGA, and you're a lot closer to the end than the beginning. And if you want
every day in, day out, ain't nobody working. Not a soul.
The Hispanic workforce is pretty much gone out here.
Our workers, the Hispanics, they will be up there. They don't want this to get wet. All those houses are sold, getting wet more than they have to and getting destroyed by the humidity. Well, they pay for them already.
This is not good. This is not good. I'm not seeing a lot of workers here. I'm not seeing a lot of movement going on here. This is not good. From a real estate standpoint, if you're already under contract for a property that's under construction, expect a lot of delays. And if you're looking for a new build property, expect prices to go up because there is a ridiculous shift taking place right now in the workforce. And unfortunately, that check is going to be passed on to us, the consumers. This is so...
I know that we have lost a lot of our workers because of their hearing about these raids. We have got some of them back, but we're now about half capacity, which basically hurts our work production. This particular job here is a huge job for the community. Well, the community's going to miss out if we can't get it finished. And those raids happen a good bit away from here. There's a lot of closer jobs than this one, so I know they're all being affected as well.
I mean, we have rights as a general contractor. You can't just storm my site, and that shouldn't be happening here. But when that unknown is factored in, I mean, we've heard horror stories of, they're detaining everyone. I've worked international projects, I've worked regional projects, and I'm a Trump supporter. I back him 100%, but I just feel like there has to be a more...
And it's very hard these days to get people to do construction. It's extremely hard. And they're willing to do it. Hispanic descent, they basically are stepping up and will do some of the hard work. But I am a Trump supporter, like I said, and I do think there is a way to go about doing this, but I just don't think the raids...
Hundreds of construction sites in Florida are now begging and struggling to find workers after the recent deportation of illegal immigrants.
Videos like this all over social media. Construction sites in Florida reportedly abandoned by immigrant workers following the state's new immigration law signed by Governor Ron DeSantis. Today, the governor was asked about migrants fleeing the state. He didn't directly address the issue, but said this.
You can't build a strong economy based on illegality.
Construction sites in the state of Florida are now empty and begging and struggling to find workers. The construction companies claim that this is due to the recent deportation of illegal immigrant workers. This situation with the construction sites in Florida has garnered controversy from commenters online. Commenters claimed that now construction companies can no longer hire cheap, low-cost labor and that the contractors hiring illegals should be held responsible. But what do you think about the situation? Do you think the deportation of illegal immigrants is a good thing?
What the governor said. The governor said you can build a country with illegal immigrants. But the problem the governor failed to address is why not bring people that will come and build the country legally, which is this citizen that will build it legally. A lot of construction companies, a lot of construction sites have been abandoned Why? Because 99% of people that are working are illegal immigrants. Do you know why they're illegal immigrants? We are going to be finding out in this part of this video, because a lot of people are now sending out strong message to Magas, and this time around I don't just want to say. Anyways, hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's Sonia and I'm back again with another mind-blowing video. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are fine. Hope you guys are cute. If this is the first time tuning in, do subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And thank you so much for every single one of you that is coming back to watch my videos. I do not take you guys for granted. I really appreciate. Thank you for over 1.8k subscribers. You guys are the best. If you have not subscribed, please do also hit on the subscribe button. Let's dive into the messages that white community sent to Magas, and let's dive into why the whole governor have to say that you cannot build a country based on immigrants. I'll be back with commentaries. Every video on Stitches to see credit belongs to the original creators of this video. Let's go there, guys.
Design Group of America is filing for bankruptcy. They are supposedly liquidating and laying people off, or starting to lay people off. In an article I read, they said 80 people in the New York office are being laid off, and that isn't like janitors and cleaning people, that is the design staff. This is pretty big news because Design Group of America is sewing patterns in part. So it's Simplicity, Butterick, Vogue, all the big five, McCall's, those sewing patterns. While we got reports before that it was business as usual, it's not really looking like that. This is a huge blow to the sewing community, to the crafting space, because we've already lost Joann's, and now we could potentially probably be losing our sewing patterns in print format. This is why I've been saying for the past few weeks now, we really need to start supporting indie designers. We don't know what the future holds for Design Group of America. We don't know if we are going to be getting any more Simplicity patterns or any more Big Five patterns. But what we do know is that there is an emerging group of designers, amazing designers that are so talented, that are creating indie patterns. And now is the time for us to turn and support them. Some of my favorites are So Motive B by Renee. She does amazing bag and accessory patterns. Another bag designer is Patterns by D. I've really been starting getting into Vicky Sews as well. If you really want elevated, on-trend sewing patterns, definitely check out Vicky Sews. So Much Jazz has her pattern line, J Desiree, which she has trending accessories and she has really cute clothes. She went viral this year for her Beyonce chaps. Everyone was making those chaps for the Cowboy Carter tour, so definitely check her out. Nikki Brooks of Beauty J'adore, she does clothing, but now she has gotten into high-end luxury bags as well. Definitely support her and check her out. And I can go on and on and on. There are so many indie pattern designers, Black women designers that you definitely need to check out. If you have any recommendations, leave them down below in the comments. Shout yourself out. Now is the time to shop small, support indie brands, support indie designers, learn how to print PDF patterns, learn how to use your projector, because again, we don't know what the future holds with the Big Five, with Design Group of America. So now is really the time to support indie designers and shop small. But also indie designers, now is the time for you to push yourself and create patterns that are not just boxy tops and skirts. We want patterns that are a little challenging, a little interesting. We are past the stage of a boxy top, so please.
So illegal immigrants have been hunted throughout the state of Florida by ICE agents, and the Florida construction industry, shocker, crashed. That's right, Florida construction is crashed because while all of the ICE agents have been going around to all of these construction sites, picking up illegal immigrants and undocumented immigrants that are supposedly criminals, it's created such an aftermath that now, doesn't matter if they're documented or undocumented, immigrants are not going to construction sites. They're not going to farmlands. They're not going to anywhere where ICE agents are searching. So now that we have dozens of openings, you would think that Americans would be rushing back to the workforce and they'd be taking these jobs back that illegal immigrants were taking from them. Timmy, Todd, and Tucker are not going out to do roofing, a Florida sun. Construction in Florida is at a crawl because guess what? Illegal immigrants were doing the jobs that nobody else wanted to do. And this whole story about illegal immigrants are stealing American jobs was a bravado to have an excuse for not going out and actually doing these jobs. And the fact is, most United States citizens don't even have the job skills to be able to do these jobs illegal immigrants have been doing for underpay for a long time. The fact is, blaming immigrants for the jobs that you don't want to do is cowardly. The fact is, illegal immigrants have come to this country for a better way of life. They are only doing the jobs that you won't do because they can't get anything better. But once they've rised up, they've got themselves educated, they will become lawyers, they will become doctors, they will turn the tides on the people that are oppressing them now. It has happened over and over again, and it will happen in the state of Florida. Wake up. Everybody that watches this and agrees with me, please share this, leave your comments. Please comment for all of us, so that way we all stand together. Unity.
Promised a golden age for the United States of America, and what they get instead is a lumber mill which has been in a family for 75 years in Montana, closing down with a loss of 104 jobs. This is directly related to the 35% tariff on lumber. The company was overwhelmed by this, and as a result they've had to shut down. The name of the company is Pyramid Mountain Lumber, and they're in Boone, Montana. The source for this is the New York Times. 104 families this is. I take no pleasure in these reports. I take no pleasure in this. But directly because of Donald Trump's economic policies, people are losing their livelihoods in the United States of America.
Modern builders in Sarasota, Florida, I think is where they're at, is filing for bankruptcy. They have over $7 million in inventory that they're defaulting on the loans. Those homes are going into a foreclosure. They're the first that's filed for bankruptcy. But rumor is there's a lot of new home builders throughout the South that are in the same predicament. They're teetering on considering filing bankruptcy. What is that going to do to the foreclosure, the real estate market, when all this inventory hits and it's bank owned? DJ Horton just downgraded its predictions by 15%. So the big ones, the big names, the Hortons and stuff, they're not going to file for bankruptcy, but you're going to see the littler ones. This is where it starts, that they're being forced to walk away from everything they built because they can't sell the homes. If you can't sell the homes, once they're built, you have to make a payment. That's how construction loans work. Homes are built, they're not selling, they're not renting, they're getting taken back by the bank. I'm sure.
First, the governor said you cannot build a country with illegal immigrants. Secondly, have you asked yourself the question, why is it that these construction sites are empty? Is it just because of the ICE raid? No, it is not just because of the ICE raid as far as I'm concerned. It is because those top persons that are holding that construction jobs are not ready to pay. Yes, they are not ready to pay. All what they need is they need small labor that can just cut the money and give. You understand what I'm trying to say? Because ask yourself one funny question. Why must a full construction site get 90% of their workers should be illegal immigrants? Because they want to give them T-pence. So they know that normal, their own country, the blacks, the white community will not accept that kind of pay that they are giving, or anybody that is legal will not accept that kind of pay that they are giving. So that is why they prefer to cut and give them. Every single person is corrupt as far as I'm concerned. It's as simple as that. Now the Hispanics, the black, and which is the Africans, the Latinos, that are doing the job. Why are they doing it? Because they are looking for greener pastures. They are no longer available to do the job. What happened to those strong black Americans that the governor has actually been advocating for, saying that you cannot build a country with illegal immigrants? Is there any country that do not have illegal immigrants? Let me know in the comment section. Sorry, I don't support illegal immigrants. If you're watching from my videos, you know me. I keep saying it several times that if your state is not legal, make it legal. But right now, these construction companies are not only suffering. I'm going to go ahead and roll out some clips for you guys as well, where you can see that even Airbnb of a Maga supporter was zoomed off. Let's get right into this video, and then I will come back with commentaries. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I hope you're enjoying this section with us. Let's go back, guys.
You know, something we never talk about is that Trump supporters that own businesses and run businesses will gaslight their employees, just like the sociopath narcissists in the White House. We don't talk about that, do we? We're going to talk about it right now. So tariffs were supposed to be a big boon for manufacturing. American companies were going to be forced to purchase from other American manufacturers so they don't have to pay the tariffs. That would result in an increase in manufacturing output, right? Which isn't happening. And it would have a direct result of jobs being created. That's how we were sold on this. So, American steel, tariffs just hit August 1st. So, that means companies would be buying American-made steel, right? And we'd be hiring steel workers, right? So, why did Dearborn Works in Dearborn, Michigan, owned by Cleveland Cliffs Corporation, just lay off 500 unionized, loyal, long-term employees? Huh? They make American steel. Everybody in America that manufactures parts that need steel, we're supposed to be buying from American steel manufacturers like Dearborn Works. Why aren't they hiring a shit ton of employees? Why are they laying people off? Well, here's where the gaslighting comes in. The CFO of Cleveland Cliffs that owns Dearborn Works, he's a super huge MAGA, big MAGA donor. He made the rounds on Fox News helping to push the tariffs by coming up with his own term, make American steel great again, all right? So what does he have to say to the 500 Americans that are now out of work and out of benefits? The tariffs are working exactly the way they're supposed to work. Quote, unquote. Another beautiful example of gaslighting that MAGA voters don't understand. He also gaslit all of them by saying, we just have to wait until the big three ramp up production again. He knows that there are tens of thousands of component parts that go into making a car. And that no matter what, GM, Ford, Chrysler have to purchase imported parts because we don't make them here. And that results in the increase in the price of the car at a time when a shit ton of employees have been let go, including from the federal government, at a time when people are struggling financially. And so they're not buying cars. And that's not going to change with this orange dude in Project 2025 in the White House. It's only going to get worse. But again, to the beginning, my original point, owners who support Donald Trump are also narcissistic gaslighters. So hopefully that's another 500 employees. I'm sure many of them voted for Donald Trump. Maybe they'll finally have something going on up here to see that they just sold out their own interests.
So our Airbnb guest got here and canceled within 5 minutes and just left. So there was no way that she could stay somewhere like this because she saw this. And she got in her car and drove away. And left until we were sad.
Well, bless your little Christian heart, outskirts of heaven. Here you are thinking that if you flew a Trump flag outside of your Airbnb property, that would bring you guests and not judgment. But baby, those are no longer any kind of welcome signs. Those are warning labels at this point. Trump flags in 2025 are the new Confederate flags back in the 1990s. You know, that same flag that screams we lost the war, but we're still racists. The one that screams no LGBTQI allowed unless you're Republican and closeted. And if your pronouns aren't yes, sir, or no, sir, then you best keep on driving. You're out here acting shocked that people don't want to sleep on your property when you have a literal fascist flag flying on your front fucking yard. That's almost like walking into an Airbnb and seeing the Klan's entire closet hanging on your fucking clothesline. It's an outright middle finger to black people, LGBTQIA, women, teachers, and everybody else that's been affected by this administration down to its fucking core. I don't understand why they left my Airbnb. Well, that's because she said, not today, Satan. I'm not dying in the fucking extended scenes of Get Out. So yeah, for all you MAGA business owners, you keep acting like flying the Trump flag is a brand upgrade. But in reality, he's the little spirit Halloween of American fucking politics. Loud, tacky, and apparently just seasonal. And always leaves your business vacant. So keep flying that Trump flag, sis. But don't cry when your bookings dry up faster than you fucking already are. Down there. Because frankly, you're not on the outskirts of heaven. You're literally sitting on the front porch of hell at this point. With a 1-star rating and a MAGA fucking flag flying really deeply into the breeze. I hope this helps.
Well. Florida homeowners nightmare. Now, I don't know if you guys have been told, but in the past 6 months, there's a couple companies that have been filing for bankruptcy. Homeowners construction companies. And the following is Planet Signature Home, Vandervalit, Modern Builders Inc., Division 3 by JP, Seminole and Lake Counties, Sunset Palms Condo Association, which has 267 units. They're also filing for bankruptcy. But why? Why? Because you have homeowners that are walking away from condo association. Back in April, many homeowners with unfinished projects, Pegasus Builders and South Florida Developer, also filed for Chapter 11, listing up to $10 million in debt and assets. You have condo homeowners who are walking away from their property. Between the assessment fees, homeowners insurance, and HOA association fees, they're done. It's cheaper to walk away. You're saying this in the past. The market is going to be impacted in a very huge way, and Florida's going to pay the price, bitches. Let's not even get into homeowners insurance. Why are we even paying insurance? A particular insurance by the name of Slide Insurance. That doesn't sound shady. These shady motherfuckers have paid both of their executives, which happen to be husband and wife, over $50.3 million in compensation. That is 10% of the company's entire revenue. But here's the fucking crazy part. That in the last 2 years for Hurricane Helene and Milton, they've denied over 50 and 60% of anybody's claims for a fucking hurricane. So why the fuck are we paying el ojo del culo for homeowners insurance to get fucking denied? But they ain't denying their executives. It all goes hand in hand. Everyone's filing for bankruptcy. Everyone's leaving because it is unsustainable. Have the worst motherfucking pay in all the states. You need a 700 credit score, 3 times the rent, and you need a first, last, and security. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck are we even making ends meet? The math.
See, one thing I will still say in this video, which was the same thing I said in one of my videos that I actually posted. You do not bite a finger that feed you. You understand? If peradventure the governor or the so-called president want to make sure that, okay, these people that are illegal have to go, can't you just put out a process that you know that can easily work out? Because a lot of things that is really happening now is affecting the citizens, is affecting the Americans, is affecting those ones that are supposed to be comfortable. Now, coming back to the construction. So do you think as an American person that I am, if I'm supposed to take $40 per hour, you will call me to give me $16, $10 to even $20 per hour, and you think I will accept? That is why most of these constructions are actually suffering. And people, you can see from the video, you can see a lot of people are already sending messages to Magas. They are sending messages. Even online, you will see videos, people telling Magas that you've not seen anything. You are biting the finger that feeds you, which is what? Illegal immigrants, Latinos, Hispanics, Mexicans, Africans. These are people that are ready to do the job because they came for greener pasture. And because the top organs are not ready to release enough money, at the end of the day, what is happening? ICE is chasing them. ICE is chasing them. Seeing the condition where the country is right now, ICE is still doing their job. ICE is still doing what they are being paid for. ICE is still obeying the constituency. Of course, they are supposed to do that. And you can hear from the part one of the video that one of them said. He said, if, despite the fact that he is MAGA supporter and he loved Trump, but you are suffering and you are not even done suffering because more suffering is going to come. See most houses that people have paid for under construction, fear nobody. There was one particular comment I saw in one particular video I saw, is it comments? I can't really remember, where that person was actually saying, oh, I'm a MAGA fan. If they can't do the job, we are going to do the job. Where are you people? Where are you people? Because it is easily said than done. See, let's even leave the part that they have people that want to come and do the job. Have you think of the process of you training them on this job for them to get used to this job before they can start delivering what you want them to deliver to you? Have you? And what makes you think that a lot of countries do not have illegal immigrants? Even this same country I've stayed in, Nigeria, we do have illegal immigrants. Yes, there are illegal immigrants every single places. But before a country will stand up and rise and be like, oh, I want to deport these people or I want these people to go, you have to first of all consider what is the possibility that the people in my own country are going to be able to do this particular job. It's not only starting in this place. You can see the Airbnb lady, right? I love the fact that that person actually abandoned her and left and drove out. Why? Because she have a Maga sticker paste on the Airbnb. Oh, you want me to come and stay in your Airbnb after I'm suffering? I've suffered to make all this, my small that I'm making. Then I'm coming and I'm seeing you designing that place, or I'm seeing Maga that is making me to suffer. I'm going to drove out, trust me. I'm not only going to drove out, I'm going to zoom off. It is sad, honestly. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. You know, I always love to hear your opinion. Let me know what you think. Do you think that person that drove off from that Airbnb, do you think he did a very wrong thing? Let me know in the comment section. What is the possibility that all of this is going to be sorting out soon? Let me know in the comment section. I just want us to interact. I stand the chance to be corrected. I keep saying it because every single videos I bring here, they are for education. If you see that I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section. I take corrections. You understand? If you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And every videos and clip you see us teaching our videos, credit belongs to the original creators of those videos. And guys, yes, with no further ado, like I say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I hope this message is being passed to Magas, and I hope they learned their lesson. That's if they will. Subscribe, like, comment, and share, and bye for now. I love you guys. Mwah.